Hey guys, it's been a while since I've updated my channel, and as you can see that I've been quite busy with some Gspeed builds, but I did manage to get some of it in the video. And as you can see, I'm sorry about the messy table, but let's get to the point. What we're going to do with this rig today is we're gonna be swapping these axles, shocks. So basically, we're swapping out the chassis. And what chassis are we swapping? I'm gonna put this aside. I'm gonna show you guys the Gspeed TGH V3 chassis. That's in G10. And also the Darin skid plate from Gspeed. And this is the GLD and also a GMP. So he'll be using these parts for this build. I'm gonna put this aside, and also we'll be putting this overdrive gear into the Trx4 axles. So what I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna remove everything, and we're gonna be using the axles, links, electronics, wheels, tires, everything, including the transmission. And what we always know is that this skid plate is for SCX10 style transmissions, and also the Element Enduro Stealth X transmission. And for this build, it will be special. We're gonna be putting this Trx4 transmission and mounting it onto the skid plate, and there will be some modifications needed for this build. So I'm gonna disassemble everything first. Okay guys, so as you can see, I've mounted everything off camera and I did some mods, and as you can see, I've managed to mount the Trx4 transmission onto the Gspeed skid plate. So change the rear high clearance links. As you can see, I've angled the drive shaft almost leveled to this one, but it's lower a bit. I just want to maintain this pinion angle, and the links are not long enough, so I had to unscrew a little bit. So what I did to the transmission, the Trx4 is, okay, as you can see that I didn't cut anything on the Trx4 transmission. I left this one here. I didn't make any mount to it, but maybe I will. We'll see about that. But I made one little tab here for the transmission and drilled 2 holes on the skid plate and tap the holes. So I don't want to screw it from the bottom, and I still want to maintain the original look of the skid plate, just in case if in the future he plans to change to a SX10 style transmission, or maybe a Enduro Stealth X transmission. So it gives it a cleaner look, and the motor clears the GLD just a few millimeters, as you can see right there. And I'm gonna remove the wires later, and I'm gonna as you can see that I still haven't mounted the electronics yet, but I'm gonna give you guys go through the video to show you what I've done. As you can see, clears everything in front and also the lower part here. And I gave the transmission a little bit angle like that, so I believe this will make the weight more lower in front. And I think I still can adjust the pinion angle here. Maybe I'll shorten the upper link a little bit. Okay, and it's actually quite stuck right there. I don't know how to say that, but it's quite fit, and there's a little bit free play, but I don't think that will be a big deal. So I'm gonna move on to do the electronics plate, and I'm still thinking on where to put the battery. Maybe not the rear, maybe on top of this one, but I'm not sure. I'll think about it, and I'll update you guys once the electronics are installed. So as you can see, I've mounted all the electronics and wheels. Let's check clearance. Nothing hits. So basically clearance is very good on this one. Okay, so I've mounted the receiver behind the servo. There's plenty of space, and the ESC just beside the motor, and I made a small mount, and as you can see, you can't really see it. Let me show you from this angle. So it's hiding inside, so it's like a stealthy ESC mount. And as you can see, I made a lightweight battery mount over here. I was planning on putting the batteries on the side, but I was thinking it's using a 2200 mAh 3-cell battery, and I'm afraid if we put it on the side, the weight is not balanced. Although putting it on top is also not a really good option, because weight will be more on top, but hopefully this rig performs well. So what I'm gonna do afterwards is mounting the body on. Like I said earlier, the power wagon. I'm gonna show you guys a quick time lapse on how I do the body shell. So I promised that I said I will do a short time lapse on how I did my body, but I'm not sure why, but my phone stopped recording. So I lost the time lapse, but then I still can brief through on what did I do to the body and how did I do it. So as you can see, I've cut off the front hood to let the shock towers to come out, and install the body post at the front here. And I'll show you what I did to the rear mount. Okay, this is how I removed the body, but just gonna show you guys that I cut off the grill and also trim a little bit here bigger, and also cut the body, the lower part here, to follow the angle on the chassis, and also for the rear clearance. So I'm gonna remove the body, and as you can see, I moved the battery plate over here because it was a bit too high on top of here, and I realized that the front weight is heavier than the rear, so maybe the battery at the back here is gonna give a little bit more weight to the rear, so when going downhill or something it won't roll over easily. So I made a L-shaped mount here, something like a 2-in-1 mount for the body post and also the battery plate. I'm gonna show you some close-up looks. Okay, so there you have it. Just put on the body post at the rear and the front, clip it on. It's just that easy. So I made the body as low as possible, and I'm gonna go ahead and paint the body, and we'll show the final result. And it's done, guys. So as you can see, I sprayed the body shell according to my friend's request, blue with a little bit of black, something like a camo design but something unique. So spray the window frames black also, and left this one clear so I can see the motor right there. And as you can see, that is how the battery sits, perfectly inside. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope it's useful for those who wants to swap their Trx4 Sport into the Team Gspeed Lcg V3 chassis. So make sure that you guys hit the like button, and if you have anything you can hit the comment section below, and make sure you subscribe to my channel for more videos in the future.